up, y'all? John Wetmore here with my friends Anthony and Rickeyta Starks. Appreciate y'all coming to Atlanta. You need to do this one.
There you go.
Everywhere we go.
Yeah.
I was showing Steph last night. I'm like, appreciate y'all coming out. So Anthony and Rickeyta have. I'll let y'all give yourselves a longer intro, but my version is I've learned you were married into the insurance business. He's been in it, starting from debit routes, doing life, health, all kinds of stuff. They built a crazy successful agency out of Dallas, Texas, joining us here at FFL to add to their agency. So we had them fly in, and we're going to do our best to help them grow a lot faster than we did. And I'm just excited to have you guys here to chat. So if you give yourself a little intro, we start with Rickeyta, of course.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Rickeyta Starks, growth coach, speaker, author. My goal is to help entrepreneurs do this work effectively with this stuff. Even though we don't have it perfect, but we get it pretty well. So, yes, like John mentioned, I've married into insurance. I bought into the vision of I want to help save lives and restore legacies. And we did this full time when we had our first child. Jumped into entrepreneurship full time and didn't look back.
So I'm Anthony Starks. Got into the business back in 2009 when my granddad passed. Didn't have life insurance. Obviously, that's a big financial burden onto the family. And then 69 months later, same story. My dad dies, no life insurance. So I see how much of a huge destruction that was financially to our family. So that's what got me into the business back in 2009 on 2010 so that we can help families save lives and restore legacies. Did really well selling all this kind of stuff, but I was losing a whole lot of business because I'm the head and she's the heart. So I needed some help on that side, and we're a lot alike. Just very direct in our personality and approach. And so at times I can run people off if they don't have thick skin. So then at that point, that's why my wife joined me. Then we retain a lot of our clients. There you go. Good cop. Bad cop over here.
Yeah. Hey, you're in the right spot. I can help with that. Except Steph was like, I ain't working with you. She don't have nothing to do it. She'll be here in a few minutes. You can ask her. Okay. We tried, and it was like, we needed you. Like, she just lets me do it. Though she helps. She helps in ways that, for sure, the things I'm poor at, and not internally every day, but she certainly helps with some of the agents and managing things that I'm just not good at, dude. What's some advice you'll give? Because a lot of people struggle with that, and a lot of people don't work with their spouses, or even if they don't work directly with, they still got to work with them to accomplish things. What's some advice you can give some people on that stuff? Y'all, I've heard y'all talk on it, and it's pretty powerful with some of the stuff you're sharing. But what's something you see out there?
I would say my advice would be understanding who your person is. I've always known he was driven. I've always known I'm telling you, when we first started dating, our first date was like an interview. So he knew what he wanted, and I knew that I knew what I wanted as well. Yeah. So just knowing how direct and driven he was, I know how to help. So, and I know where my strengths are, what his were, what his strengths were, what mine were, and I knew where I could fit in. And not saying that like my dreams are old or anything like that. We are accomplishing goals together. So knowing that we both have goals and how we can both help each other. Where I'm strong, he's weak. Where I'm weak, he's strong.
Hold on.
Uh-oh, here we go. Here it is. Live. You're seeing it live.
Wait a minute. Listen. Where she's strong, I'm less strong. Ain't no weak over here. Where I'm strong, she can be weak. But where she's strong, I'm just less strong. Let's say that. Never
okay.
weak.
But it really comes down to understanding who your spouse is and learning how to work with them and communicating what you guys need individually. Yeah. So we don't tell each other what we need. And we're disappointed, upset when they're not delivering. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not a mind reader. I'm not a mind reader either. But if I see you're struggling, I'm going to step in and help you.
Communication.
Yes.
Communication is big, but also just understand the foundation of your marriage. So the example I always give, which camera on?
Anyone you want, bro.
Right,
they all get you.
All right, so let's just say that you're looking at a triangle, right? Obviously, there's a base, and it comes up to a point. But again, I'm on this side, my wife is on this side at the bottom, but at the top is God up here. So the closer you get to God, the closer you're going to get to each other. So if your spiritual life is suffering, then everything that you see as this way is a horizontal relationship is going to be a reflection of your vertical relationship. So if I'm having issues here, it's because I'm having issues this way here. So as I solve those, as I'm communicating with my Heavenly Father, as I'm being obedient, as I'm doing all these things, the natural progression as we both pray and we're doing these things, we're going to come closer together to the tip of that point, which is God.
I love it. I love it. It makes sense. I've heard you talk on it before. It's pretty. I've seen you draw it out and do it. It's sick. I want to know about the interview. You said when you first got together, he interviewed you. I want.
What was some of the questions?
I would say I can't remember. Obviously,
That was a lot.
10 years ago. But
literally date one.
Yeah, day one.
My man.
Like, it was like I was real serious. See, at that time, you gotta understand what my mind was.
Yeah.
My mind, like I said, driven. I wanted to be on the Forbes list. So in my brain,
You said wanted to be.
Yeah, wanted. Well, I still want to now.
Okay.
But at that time, it was like, hey, that was numero uno.
Okay.
Like nothing else was coming in front of it. So to me, I'm thinking, well, a woman ain't gonna be nothing but a downfall or something slowing me down from hitting this Forbes list. So obviously, when I'm meeting somebody, it's like, hey, if you ain't hearing what I want to tell you, what to hear, if you're not saying what I want to hear, then we can end it right now. Like I'm literally at that point on a date with a female, and she was talking reckless or wasn't answering the questions the way I thought that was going to be in line where I was going, and I literally in the middle of conversation, excuse me, wait, can you come here? Let me go and pay this bill because you can finish eating your food. And literally left. And so if she would have been talking crazy that day, we wouldn't be here right now. That's all I would say.
I love it. I love it.
You want to know what my spiritual walk was?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was our first date? What was our first date?
Our first date was the church.
Yeah. So
some people say, what's that, a cheap date? But really it's one of the most important ones.
Well, it was because of this. At that time when I was dating, right? Obviously I'm making some decent money. So at that point it was anytime I would say, hey, let's go out for a date. Let's go hang out. Let's go get some drinks. Let's do whatever. At that point, everybody wanted to go. Yeah. But then it's like, okay, well, we just hung out Saturday night, but now let's get them to go to church the next day. Right? But then it's all crickets. Can't find nobody. So now on that first date, when I'm saying, hey, well, let's go to church, let's do whatever. If you're going to go somewhere on church, it's like, well, we ain't got nothing in common because I know long term I need to be with somebody who got a strong spiritual foundation.
That's your base.
Yeah, that's my base.
I love it, dude. Yeah. I love it. One of the things that attracted me to y'all. I like this. I can improve there.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, okay.
Yeah. Hey, amen. Talk a little bit about why you're here, dude. Like, what's got you out here getting with FFL? What'd you see that brought you to the table, dude? I mean, I know some of it, but we haven't had a long conversation about it.
Yeah.
You know, I've had some cool conversations over the last 8 months, something like that, 6-8 months. I would love to hear more from someone that wasn't here. What you saw, what attracted you to this opportunity, and how you think we can help.
I would say honestly, it was you. I mean, we do really well because we've been direct to the carriers in all of our contracts, whether even on the PNC side, health side, life side. Yeah. But at a certain point, I knew where we wanted to go, and I knew I couldn't do it alone. So having somebody to see who's already been where we wanted to go, who's doing it. So my motto is always this: whenever I'm training to coach somebody, I've been there, done that, and still doing that. So if I'm going to work with somebody, to partner with somebody, they're going to have been there, done that, and still doing that for me to feel that I can trust that this person is going to be the right person to lead. Does it make sense?
100%,
so
dude.
That piece alone allowed us to be able to say, let's go on and pull a trigger on this. Number one, and then number two, just the atmosphere, the coaching before. We even had the conversation about joining up and everything. I would come to you with questions and you would answer. It's down to earth, beyond insurance, the connectivity points that we had. I said, you know what, this is a person that I can see myself aligning with. Well, seeing us aligning with. Yeah.
I appreciate it. We look forward to it, man. It's gonna be work. I'm enjoying having fun with this thing now. Yeah. Like, let's work with good people that just really want to do something big and like just let me be part of the ride, and enjoy it with more people. It's like we want to help more people get on this train that FFL and integrity is going.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've had a lot of help too. So my goal is to help y'all get there quicker than I did. With everything. I have a list of mistakes. Steph definitely keeps track of those. She's like, we got a whole long list of them. So, well, that's funny. Give them. Let's talk a little bit about y'all. Obviously, have I know on your side some sales stuff. Give them some things that you think like new agents coming in. And I know you've done live. Our worlds are a little bit different currently, but y'all killed it out there today. They loved it. I've got like my text is blowing up from people watching it. So if you ain't seen we streamed it. It was on Zoom. If you ain't seen it yet, they'll probably make a link and click on it or something. They did some killer sales training. So I got to tell him to give the quick version, right?
Yes.
Get a quick version because between me and him, I'm like, we got to make this thing short.
Yeah.
We'll go on for 4.5 hours and we keep going. But give us some things, man, that you see like the average. You're compared to most, you consider overachiever, right? You think big, you want to accomplish big things, you go get them. What do you see with the people that like struggle versus the ones that have success getting into our business, just in general? What are some commonalities that you can help some people with?
Okay, so I would say one of the biggest challenges is not having a clear goal or target, because when you don't know where you're going, then like I gave an example earlier, it's like putting a blindfold on, getting your car and just driving. So you want to have a destination. So now that destination is going to drive your activity. So now when you're measuring your activity, you'll see how serious you are about that goal. So just say if your goal revenue wise is just say $500,000, but then you're getting up every day at 8, 9 o'clock. It's like, well, how serious are you? You're getting started doing dials or running appointments at 12 and you get in at 3, then that's not a clear picture of what you really want. So now once you got that clear picture, and I started out with the success routine. So first, it's about having that routine. You want to have, when you wake up, what are you doing? Again, like I said, my routine is number 1, I pray. Number 2, I do a devotion, Bible study or something. I listen to some E.T., Eric Thomas hip hop preacher. And then I go right into writing down some goals or figuring out what goals I need to accomplish for the day. And then Eat That Frog, Tracy, is real powerful because you first figure out what is the main priority you need to knock out and then go down the list. So then at that point, now you're being more results driven and you're getting a lot more done because you're prioritizing, you're setting first things first, and then you're going in a clear direction. So I say a lot of agents when they first start out, I didn't do that when I first started out. I just woke up and just started the day. So if you got like an NBA player, Steph Curry, or whoever, they're always going to have some kind of routine in the warm-ups. And in those warm-ups, they do that before they start the game. Then once they start the game, then they have a killer 30, 40, 50-point game.
I love it. What do you think that on your side? I met y'all at events. I'm an event guy. Y'all do events, attend events. Give them some. I would like to hear like what'd you learn? I want to know what you learned at the Brian Tracy one. That was fun watching y'all do it. And I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
But I would like to know what you got out of that.
Man, how we didn't realize this until probably the second day in or so that he gives a lesson through story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it makes it sticky, and you're like, oh, I remember that story. You go there in your mind, even in his speeches and even in his training, and it makes you want to be a better storyteller. And in our line of work in insurance, you have to tell a story. Like, what is it going to look like when this is gone or when we're gone? So I think in that, my biggest takeaway is to become a better storyteller. Just sticking with something and how he stuck with something for years and years. His dedication to getting better and better and packaging what he's done and selling it. Man, that was another level of wisdom.
I'm a fan of his. I read his stuff early in my career. I was like you. I woke up in this business and just was like, roll out of bed, watch some Sports Center, and like be mad at my result. You know, and then I started getting into self development. He was one of the first ones I came across. I haven't read his stuff in a minute, to be honest, but I'm a fan of his. When you said that frog, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Stop your procrastination real quick.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. What's been your biggest struggle in this business?
My biggest struggle in this business has been, if I can narrow down to one, is duplicating the opportunity for other people. Because again, where I come from, in the hood, streets Oak Cliff, it ain't a whole lot of opportunities like this where you can make 6 figures within a few months or within your first year. It's corporate ladder structure. get the degree, go to school, all this kind of stuff, get a good job and work your way up. And so even in that environment, there's not a lot of people who get degrees. There's not a lot of people who get that. So I've struggled at being able to expand the opportunity enough to people to get them in to experience what we've experienced financially, freedom, flexibility, travel, it's all that kind of stuff. Even the things that we have in place for our family. Because again, once my granddad and my dad died, something happened to me where they rolling in the dough. I mean, not to say that she's gonna be happy that I'm gone. They're gonna be sitting on some nice change to be able to make a change in our legacy. You see what I mean? So I would say that's been my biggest challenge is widening the net up enough to let enough people in.
And two, not showing them that it takes work. People are seeing us now and didn't see the stand up at 6 in the morning doing applications or things like that. Like people didn't see that hustle part that it took to get here. Yeah. And so I don't think we did a good job of showing like this is gonna take work, but it's gonna be the most rewarding work to do.
Yeah, that's big because man, when she first started, I'm talking about man, I used to be up early, 6 in the morning, running, gunning, doing all this kind of stuff. Yeah, field, marketing, all this kind of stuff, right? Making sales during the day. She's nursing our oldest son, helping put in applications. At night, we up 12, 1 in the morning, putting applications. And I done ran all day, lighting up, like I said, breaking sales records, all this. Now it's got to be a time, green time you selling. That's what we call it, green time during the day you selling. Selling insurance. And then in our downtime, our red time, we put in applications. So it was almost a 24-hour thing with us. And we did this for a long time. So people didn't see this when my mom would come over and drop us off some money to help us pay a bill or something because she stay-at-home mom. I'm all commissioned, got a house. That's why I was driving a little red Corvette. We had to get this Corvette up. That's another thing. When they just come in, they want to try to hold on to the lifestyle they may have, but it's a sacrifice. So, like I said, I had to get that red Corvette up. I had to do some stuff and come over to humble means, lower my expenses. So at that point, it was that sacrifice and that grind that we had to do just day in and day out for several years until we got to where we are. Yeah, they see us traveling now all over the world, and flights and all this kind of stuff, the flashy suits. But man, we grinded our tails off, and we didn't know every day if it was gonna work out. And I'm talking, I'm selling trucks to pay bills. I'm doing all kind of stuff. Yeah.
How long you been since 09?
Yeah.
What's that? Like 13, 14 years? 13 years, something like that? Cool. And when did you marry him? I'll never forget the way you said that.
No, I got licensed in 2016. Started in 2014.
Cool. So when did you know you were going to be like? How long did it take you to figure out like you were good at this?
Good at insurance. I would say it's a 2-part question. See, I've been selling since I was a kid.
For real?
Yeah.
What else have you sold?
Candy in the neighborhood. I'm talking about my senior year. I bought 3 cars cash, selling snacks in school. Right. So I've been selling since I was young, but. So I've always been able to sell, right? Yeah. But the challenge was transitioning to build a business. Because again, I've broken a lot of records. Like I got an interview, a carrier doing something on me now. Hey, this guy did 150 policies in less than 90 days from starting with us, all this kind of stuff, right? But the thing is, now turning it into a business. So I would say I struggle with that the most, understanding that, hey, you have to recruit. You have to build pipelines. You have to build these things versus just a one-off transaction. That's what I would say I struggle with earlier on. I understand it now.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah. In this. Unless you want to go bigger struggle in life, I'm open to that too. We can talk about. We can go any way you. Yeah, that probably was the answer. Amen.
Yeah, I'd probably say that because those downtimes, he's a different person.
Yeah.
So, the ups and downs of business period has been the struggle in the beginning, but knowing now what I knew then, it's a totally different experience. So my biggest struggle was just adjusting to the lifestyle coming from W-2 to straight 1099. It's an adjustment. Like the do Ryan versus Jump Around.
I was that too.
I know I'm gonna get a check versus we don't know what's gonna happen next.
Did you do anything to get out of that intentionally? Like anything you look back that like, here's what helped me? Because a lot of people struggle with that. That's most people we bring on in that mentality.
I would say For me, I look at the bigger goal. I look at the pic. Like when I say I wrote down those goals, I look at them daily. I have my vision board on my screensaver because
For real?
I want to. Yes,
Let me see that.
unlock it. You can't. If I move that over, but but yes, I need to see that all the time because I need to know what the goal is. Need to know what we're working towards. Hmm. Okay. I need to see that because need to know that the struggle is not it's not in vain. It's for a purpose.
What's the goal for this year? Same joint, separate, however y'all want.
Move to seaside shore. We want to wake up and see the ocean every day. Well, I want to wake up and see the ocean every day.
Which means we do.
Yes.
To be clear.
Well, look, we grew up in Texas. It's dry land, heat, all that. I want to see the ocean now, and I want to live that every day. And I want my kids to be able to experience. Right?
Seaside Florida? Or no, is there somewhere else?
No, I just want to be by the ocean.
Literally, there is a seaside in Florida. That is the name of the city. Yeah.
Well, we need to look at it.
Yeah. It's like an area people here go to vacation.
Really?
So yeah, I didn't know if that's what you meant.
Well, I might need to look that up. But yes, we want to see the ocean every day, and I want my kids to be able to do that too.
It was funny. We had Maddox we were in Costa Rica last week. We spent a week there. Been there with him. He was like, by 12 hours in, he was like, Dad, can we move here?
Yeah.
I mean, that kid played on the beach by himself all day, every day, digging in dirt, playing in the wave. He loved it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there might be something to this.
Blue water versus
green
water.
See, the thing that I love about this industry as well is because it's endless possibilities, right? So, like, let's just say our oldest son, little Anthony Jr., right? Oh, man, he's so funny. But the things that we are instilling in them, the values to not settle for less, to always want more. When they wake up, affirmations, I am a champion, I am love, I am a child of God, I'm all this stuff, right? So now, as we was leaving from Galveston, that's the closest beach to us in Dallas, right? So I'm growing up, that's the beach we went to. If not, we went to the lakes right around in the city and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking I'm doing something, right? So as we going down there, we leaving, we down there at Galveston. No, we was at Corpus Christi. And so my son, he tells me, Daddy, I don't want to see no more gray water. I want to see blue water. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, in my mind, it was like I'm driving. I had to stop and think, like, should I be mad right now? He just basically just crapped on it. I got right at the beach. But then I'm excited because he want more, because I'm thinking of my own limitations from when I was a kid. Yeah. Like, I could never talk to my parents and tell them, like, we coming from the beach. I don't want to see this gray water. No, I want to see blue water. You're ungrateful. All this kind of stuff, right? That's what would have been thrown at me. But for my kid to feel confident enough to say, hey, I want more. Like, that was powerful. And since then, we have not taken them to gray water. Only the blue water ever since then. And every time we go, I'll point out the window. You see that blue water? And look right there. Yeah.
Where's your favorite blue water?
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Mexico.
Cancun right now. We go to Cancun a lot. Right. Yeah, Puerto Rico was cool.
Oh, yeah, we like Puerto Rico.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's cool.
I didn't like the distance. We like Mexico because it's quick. Like a 2.5 hour flight.
From us now, but if we move to Seaside, it's gonna be different.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Y'all move to Atlanta, you can get about anywhere direct, quick. Y'all get good flights out of Dallas.
Yeah.
They got good flights. Yeah. How do y'all? Last one more. How do y'all balance like everything with kids and business? A lot of people struggle with that. Y'all doing it together. Y'all travel a lot together. How do you do all that?
You don't balance. You just do it. It's honestly, it's no magic pill. You just do it. It's sometimes things gonna be up here, and then you're here, and then you just taking it as it comes. So we intentional about, hey, Fridays our kids out of school, we do family day.
Every Friday?
Saturday, family day Fridays, and then Saturdays we might do something, hang out on a Saturday or something like that, and then church Sunday, that sort of deal. Monday through Thursday, we hitting. So we grind it out. So
and Thursday's date day.
And Thursday, we do date days, so make sure we date, because in marriage, if you're not dating, It may feel good right now and everything all blossoming good, but the example I always give is think about like a well manicured golf course. You could be out there on that green playing right now. But if you don't cut that grass on that golf course, in a few months it's gonna turn to a wilderness and all these weeds gonna grow. If you go try to play golf in that, it's gonna be terrible. So if you're not spending that one-on-one time with your spouse, outside of bills, outside of the kids, outside of work, outside of all of this, you're gonna start growing weeds in your marriage. And then when you come in, it's gonna be like, man, what is going on? Just unnecessary arguments for no reason. But it's because you have to cut those weeds down. Communication, one-on-one quality time. So that's
How
why
are
we don't.
you?
Yeah, how are you? Looking you in the face. Like, how are you? Like,
I'll have those conversations.
Yeah.
I love it. Y'all read what's that? Love languages? I'm
Yeah.
y'all read
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Me and Steph did that a couple years ago. It was good.
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
super helpful. We didn't like understand each other like that. It was like, oh, a lot more makes sense
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
What are you, acts of service?
That
What's your
I-
love language?
Nah.
What is it?
I do like I'm definitely physical touch.
Really?
Oh.
And then words of affirmation would be second.
Okay.
Yeah. But she gives by acts of service.
Hmm.
That's how she gives.
Mm.
Gifts is hers. Which
Wow.
was shocking to even her. She likes to receive even little shit. Doesn't need to be something extravagant.
Yeah.
Just something little. Bring her home little snacks or something like that, or flowers. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
That's her thing.
Yeah.
It's hard when you're different.
Yes.
Tend to give what you like.
Yeah.
It's like,
Exactly.
oh dang, I got to be intentional now.
Yeah.
That
Gotta put
helped
a
us.
set of glasses on. Then
100%.
see.
That's a good. That's a
Yeah.
good way. I love
Yeah.
it. Shoot. Oh, all right. I'm gonna do this one. My buddy Matt Smith had me on. Y'all know Matt yet? You will if you don't already. He's been like sir all time at FFL. Yeah, he sells a lot. He's a sales guy. He's
Okay.
selling stuff forever. Definitely don't come from the hood, but he knows how to sell.
Yeah.
He asked me the other day. I'm gonna end with this one. I liked it. He put me on the spot, and I'm like, damn, I don't never get on the spot. I can usually just talk.
Oh, Lord.
He said, I'm gonna do you.
Oh.
The best piece of advice you've ever got.
Never fall out of love at the same time.
So,
I always say that. I
Never-
got that on our wedding day.
Explain that one.
I got that advice on our wedding day. Never fall out of love at the same time because it's always got to be somebody fighting in the fight. So, like when it's hard, somebody got to be there and show up in ways of love because God showed us love even when we didn't love Him back. So, never fall out of love at the same time. Key is that glue to keep it together. Somebody got to fight.
So yours is gonna be what's the worst piece of advice you ever got?
the worst piece of advice is, oh man, I'm just thinking now.
Just take your time,
Let me
dude.
pick one.
The magic of editing. It's gonna seem like you came up with it off the top of your head.
The worst piece of advice I would say is really not just one thing, but taking old things that you grew up with, your traditions, and bringing them into the marriage, because the things that she has and you bringing it in is different. So now all of the stuff that men have told you what women's supposed to be and what you're supposed to be as a man, and no, y'all have to create a new thing together. So you leave all that old stuff behind and y'all create new traditions. Y'all create a new thing for your household. But I didn't understand it at first. I had my view, she had her view, and we clashing. I grew up one way, and you're supposed to be doing this. And it's, man, we arguing over preference, but it's nothing that's really a problem. It's, hey, you know what? Let's let that old trash go, empty out the trunk so we can put our own new stuff into the trunk.
How'd y'all get there?
A lot of work.
Time. Yeah. It wasn't like that at first. I'm talking about it was not.
Yeah, like we always had mentors.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, mentors,
Right.
marriage mentors are the key. So in the churches that we was in, like we was out in Fort Worth, in Chrysler, Pastor Alvin Marsh at that time, I was sitting under him, leadership. And so every Sunday, we would be in his office. Yeah, every Sunday. He just talked to us, kind of like how we doing now. He would just talk to us through marriage and stuff like that. So it was like an unofficial marital counseling. And then one of my other spiritual leaders, Clyde Stearns, he would be pouring a lot into us. At our church now, Reverend Simmons, Brother Kedron. I mean, the list goes on. We've had a lot of people who were in our corner at times when we needed them most. And so at that point, now it's like, man, you have to have that in marriage. So if you don't have a marriage mentor, you got to have it.
Year 5 was rough.
Yeah.
We've had one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming up on 10 now. So
Okay.
yeah, it was rough.
Steph and I are at 12, coming up on 12.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
We say 11. We go like, we're gonna take that one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one don't count.
Yeah.
But everywhere we went, we've always had mentors. Like even in this situation,
Yeah.
like we've always had this something that attracts us to the head people. Like we want to be under that. I mean, I know that there's still good people, you know, on under you as well, but we want to. How did you do it? And that's what we've always been attracted to.
Be honest, we ain't done it in the marriage side. We weren't that smart, but I'm big on that in the other words. It's funny, like you ever do things in like business that you miss in your personal life?
Yeah.
It's like, dang, I talk about this every day.
Yeah.
And I go home and it's like I forgot it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Because I'm big on that in the business world for sure. I mean, that's how I got everything ever accomplished here, is being coached and guided through people I had respect for. I'm like, I like to be a small part in that for others now because I had so much help getting to wherever I've considered I've gotten.
Yeah.
It's fun being able to give back now.
Yeah.
It's been fun, dude. I look forward to spending some more time with you guys tonight. We'll let this thing wrap. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your input. We are definitely going to get y'all back out here.
Yeah.
Everyone who's texting me is like, they need to come back more. So I think they kicked me out, and y'all, it's your office now. Appreciate you guys.
Yes,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
you.